Dear friends, today I wish to speak to you about an emotion that few people readily recognize within themselves, yet one that has accompanied humanity for a very long time. I am speaking of envy, not to judge or condemn it, but to help you understand what it is trying to show you when it arises within you, or when you see it reflected in those around you. Many people believe that envy arises because someone else possesses something they do not have. However, that is only the appearance of it. The true root of envy is the forgetting of oneself. No one can feel envy while remaining connected to the certainty of their own essence. It is only when human beings stop contemplating the richness that dwells within them that they begin to look constantly outward, convinced that fulfillment belongs to others. Every soul has received and developed different gifts because creation needs to express itself in infinite ways. If all flowers were identical, the garden would lose much of its beauty. If all instruments played the same note, music would disappear. In the same way, your differences are not a mistake. They are the means through which life manifests its abundance. When you observe the talent, happiness, love, prosperity, or peace that seems to accompany another person, and you feel uneasy, pause for a moment before rejecting that emotion. Do not fight it or hide it beneath spiritual words. Instead, ask yourself, what part of me believes it is incomplete? What have I forgotten about who I truly am? Envy always points to a wound connected to the personality. It never truly speaks about the other person. It speaks about the limited image you have created of yourself. Some people try to conceal their envy by criticizing those who shine. Others diminish the achievements of others, look for faults where they once admired virtues, or find reasons to discredit what, in truth, awakens their own sense of lack. They believe that dimming another person's light will lessen the pain they feel, but no amount of darkness can relieve a lack of self-recognition. There is also a much quieter form of envy, the kind that smiles while inwardly wondering why life always seems to favor others. It needs neither harsh words nor open attacks. Constant comparison alone is enough to slowly erode the joy of the heart. I want to tell you that all comparison is born from an illusion. No two paths are the same, nor have any two souls come to learn exactly the same lessons. Likewise, no two beings have identical times in which to blossom. Comparing your journey with that of another soul would be like demanding that dawn resemble sunset. Both belong to the same sky, but each has its own moment. You often see only the visible fruit of another person, while remaining unaware of the roots that sustain it. You do not know the tears they shed, the sacrifices they accepted, the nights of uncertainty they endured, the difficult decisions they made, or the previous lifetimes that prepared what you now behold. You read a single page of the book and believe you know the whole story. That is why I ask you to be cautious whenever you think that life distributes its gifts unfairly, for the soul perceives a reality far broader than the personality can yet understand. Do not feel guilty if you have ever experienced envy. Guilt only places another burden upon a wound that needs understanding. Observe it honestly. Let it speak, and listen to what it is trying to reveal. Perhaps it is telling you that you have abandoned a dream. Perhaps it is reminding you of a talent you never dared to develop. Or perhaps it is helping you recognize an ability you have always sought outside yourself because you never believed you deserved to possess it. Every emotion carries a message, and envy does too. When you discover that message, the energy will begin to transform. You will then stop seeing the other person as a rival and begin to see them as a mirror. Where you once perceived a threat, you will begin to discover a possibility. If someone has attained the peace you long for, it does not mean they have taken it from you. If another person is experiencing the love you seek, they are not occupying your place. If someone prospers, their prosperity does not diminish yours. The universe does not operate by distributing a limited number of blessings. Divine consciousness does not offer a single loaf of bread so that one may receive it while another remains hungry. The source is inexhaustible. The mind lives convinced of scarcity, while the spirit knows only abundance. Whenever you sincerely celebrate the good that another person receives, you open your heart to recognize that the same possibility also exists for you. Shared joy expands your consciousness far more than any competition ever could. Learn to bless the success of others. Learn to rejoice when someone finds love, heals from an illness, develops a talent, or achieves a goal. Do not do so because you feel obliged to pretend to possess an artificial goodness, but because, in doing so, you remember that you are all part of the same life. Whatever truly elevates one, ultimately elevates the whole. Understand that spiritual growth never consists of becoming superior to others. It consists of discovering that you were never separate. Those who live united with love have no need to compete. Those who know their own essence have no need to prove their worth. Those who remember their divine origin cease to constantly measure how much they possess, how much they know, or how much they have achieved in comparison with others. Envy disappears naturally when gratitude arises. Gratitude does not consist solely of being thankful for what you consider pleasant. It is the recognition that life has already placed within you everything you need to begin expressing the mission your soul chose before incarnating. Perhaps you have not yet discovered all that richness, but it remains there, waiting for you to turn your gaze towards it. Do not waste your energy trying to live someone else's life. It would be like abandoning the treasure buried beneath your own feet to chase a shadow that can never belong to you. Your true greatness does not lie in resembling anyone else. It lies in allowing the unique spark that God planted within you to manifest without fear, without comparison, and without any need for approval. When you meet someone whose light awakens old insecurities within you, instead of closing yourself off, silently say to them, "Thank you for reminding me of what is also possible for me. Thank you for showing me a part of the beauty that life is capable of expressing. Today, I choose to be inspired by your light instead of fearing it." This simple shift transforms envy into admiration, comparison into learning, and lack into trust. I have never looked upon you by comparing one of you with another. I have always seen you as unique expressions of the same love. Just as the Father does not compare his children, neither does the kingdom of heaven establish hierarchies among souls. Each one holds a place that no other can occupy. That is why today I encourage you to stop searching for your worth in the reflection of others. Look within, for there remains untouched the beauty that no one else's success can diminish, and no comparison can destroy. When you remember who you are, envy will lose all its power. In its place, a profound joy will arise as you behold the blossoming of every being. For you will understand that all light belongs to the same sun, and that whenever one of you shines, all humanity receives a little more clarity. I walk beside you precisely to remind you that you have never lacked anything essential. You have merely forgotten for a moment the immense light that has always dwelt within you.